The believer's heart feels two things. The pulse of the believer's heart is two things. Number one, the pain of regret. The pain of regret when it sins. Number two, the pleasure of worship, when it worships Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm going to start with the two basic fundamentals of a heart that is healthy, when you want to check your heart health. The pain I feel of regret when I commit a sin, and the pleasure I taste when I worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. And what influences those two things, Allah Azza wa Jal says, فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ. When they turned away, Allah turned their hearts away. Allah doesn't strike your heart with something that is sudden, that ruins you. But a person who consistently turns in a direction will find that their heart follows it naturally. فَلَمَّا زَاغُوا أَزَاغَ اللَّهُ قُلُوبَهُمْ. The worst situation are those who turn away and they commit spiritual suicide. They destroy their heart spiritually. And the opposite of that is وَالَّذِينَ جَاهَدُوا فِينَا لَنَهْدِيَنَّهُمْ سُبُلَنَا. Those who strive in our path, we guide them. We open pathways. Clear the blockage of the heart. Now here's the thing. It has to come back to صدق الطلب. What the ulama call صدق الطلب. The sincerity of your pursuit. Imam al-Muzani rahimahullah ta'ala, he describes Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu with a very beautiful description. He says, ما سبق الصحابة بكثرة صيام وصلاة. Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu did not necessarily surpass the companions because he prayed more than them and he fasted more than them. ولكن بشيء أو بسر وقر في قلبه. But there was something in his heart that unlocked. قلب أجرت. Something that just unlocked in the heart of Abu Bakr radiyallahu anhu, that the pulse of the heart of Abu Bakr was that when he heard the Prophet ﷺ say anything, his heart directed towards it like no other human being on the face of the planet. From the generation of the Sahaba until the last person that breathes on this earth, no person's heart had that orientation of sidq, that orientation of truthfulness, that when it hears Allah or the Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam say, "Aqbil, come forth," like the heart of Abu Bakr as-Siddiq radiyallahu ta'ala anhu. And so, did he surpass many with the quantity of his prayer? Absolutely. The gate of Salah will be calling Abu Bakr on the Day of Judgment. And the gate of Siyam, fasting, will be calling Abu Bakr on the Day of Judgment. And the gate of Sadaqah will be calling Abu Bakr on the Day of Judgment. Come here, come here. And the gate of Jihad will be calling Abu Bakr on the Day of Judgment. And Bab al-Rayyan will be calling Abu Bakr on the Day of Judgment. All of the gates will be calling Abu Bakr on the Day of Judgment. But that's because his heart was towards every one of those gates constantly. And that's something about them. Umar ibn Abdul Aziz rahimahullah ta'ala, his murabbi, Salih al-Kaysan rahimahullah ta'ala, Imam al-Haram, when he saw the father of Umar ibn Abdul Aziz ibn Marwan, he told him, "Listen, I want to tell you something about your son." قال والله ما رأيت أحدا الله أعظم في قلبه أو في صدره من هذا الغلام. So I want to tell you about your son. I've never met anyone who Allah occupied a greater part of his heart than your son Umar. His heart is radiating. It's looking for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. You don't even have to remind it. It's there, always present. It's not lahiya. It's not distracted. It's focused on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala.